how can you help us come to terms with this time mastery, or the meaning, or just helping us navigate the word time mastery? Is it even possible to master your time?
Everybody has 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's like 24 hours blank slate given to everybody. Do what you want to do with it.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, if we look at it well, realize that everything that we do within the 24 hours is a choice. Time mastery for me is taking ownership and responsibility of the time that I have, the 24 hours that has been given to me. But I say time is money, time is energy, time is wealth, time is health, time is you. It's what's been given to you.
Yeah.
So the value that you place on your time, for me, is the value that others will place on the time that you have. We spend a lot of time blaming people and others. Oh, this person wasted my time.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing happened. That was why. Yeah. But it's still a choice.
Your choice.
It's still my choice on how my time is used by myself or even others around me.
How did you come to be very aware and understanding of your value of your time?
I had a colleague who had been in the bank for 30 years. And one day I just looked at him and I told myself, I can't do this for 30 years. Time is money, time is health. If you overwork yourself, you think it's just time you're working, but you break down. At the end of the day, you're out for so long, you can't do so much, you can't achieve so much. The money that you're trying to get, you end up spending it in hospitals, or you're stressed out.
And then they say how you make your bed is how you lie on it. If you make your time what you need it to be, everybody, just like you said, would adjust to it.
At the end of the day, you get to achieve and do what you want to do. And you're able to measure the impact.
Nothing is given on a platter of gold. Nothing comes easy. You have to be intentional. You have to be mindful. You have to own yourself. And it all boils down to what we have always been singing, self-awareness. Who are you? How is it that we all have 24 hours? And while some people have figured out how to navigate their day and still have extra time, some other people are struggling with the time, with even finishing the task of the day. Have you ever imagined a situation where you wake up in the morning all pumped up, willing to take the day? You even set up your to-do list and write down goals and aspirations and how you want to get the day started. And by noon, you're fully distracted. And by the end of the day, you have moved off course completely, doing something else that you did not plan to do in the day. Why is it like this? Is it that we are not taking advantage of the 24 hours that we have? Or we are not making the right choices to master our time? Today on Minding Your Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about time mastery, how to take control of your day. And I am not talking about this topic alone, because I have here today a delectable, intelligent, resourceful. All the people I have brought here, they are incredible. However, this lady is one of the most adventurous person I have ever seen in my life. She climbed Mountain Kilimanjaro. That's a dream for me one day, but she did it. And she is one of the most organized, resourceful, and intentional, yes, that's the word, intentional person I have ever met. And it's quite an honor to have her talking about this, because I've watched her manage time and time again, and it beats me sometimes how she gets it all sorted out. This is somebody who is in project management, leading a team in education and health, and this is no other person than the very own beautiful, black, gorgeous, delectable Nanchin Mohammed. Welcome, Nanchin, to MYT.
Thank you so much, Choma. I'm wondering if it's me you're talking about.
It is you. I saw you, and you know how much I have looked at you over the years, and honestly, I have admired. You are one person that I just sit down and there's like, she is calm, she is organized, she is strong in her voice, and she is just passionate about whatever she wants to do. And it's something to emulate. It's something to emulate. So when I pick select guests who are going to come on this show, I don't just select because I need somebody to come and fill in the space. But I look at people that I have seen something tangible in their life, and I feel like if they can communicate it to the audience, it will be good for them one way or the other.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
So, talking about time mastery, taking control of your time, what do you think? How can you help us come to terms with this time mastery, or the meaning, or just helping us navigate the word time mastery? Is it even possible to master your time?
Yes. Okay, so let me start from the end. Is it possible? Yes.
Okay.
It is possible. Because as you said at the beginning, everybody has 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's like 24 hours blank slate given to everybody. Do what you want to do with it.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, if we look at it well, realize that everything that we do within the 24 hours is a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. So for me, time mastery for me is taking ownership and responsibility of the time that I have, the 24 hours that has been given to me, and just using it in the most efficient, effective, and productive way. I look at time, I place a lot of value on my time.
Yeah.
So they say time is money, but I say time is money, time is energy, time is wealth, time is health, time is you. It's what's been given to you.
Yeah.
So the value that you place on your time, for me, is the value that others will place on the time that you have.
This reminds me, you know how people say, if you love yourself and respect yourself, people will respect you. So it's what you project that people would relate with. And so if you project a poor time, people mess with your time because they feel you don't value
your time.
Wow.
If you respect your time and you set the boundaries around your time, with time, people will respect your time.
Oh, I like that. That's a flow.
But as long as you're available, people don't see that you place any value on your time. So what you project, you attract it at the end of the day. So, and for me, time mastery is just you taking responsibility and ownership. We spend a lot of time blaming people and others. Oh, this person wasted my time. Oh, this thing happened. That was why. But it's still a choice.
Your choice.
It's still my choice on how my time is used by myself or even others around me. There's so many distractions. There's so many priorities. What's important today is not important tomorrow.
True.
The world keeps defining things. People define things. Friends define things. Responsibilities define things.
Yeah.
And you can just get into that flow of allowing everything external to define what's important to you.
Wow.
So you have to just stop and take responsibility and ownership of your time.
I hear what you say. You said you have to stop and take responsibility of your ownership and your time. In Minding Your Tomorrow, we are big on retreating to reassess. And we keep singing it like a song all the time because that's where you have the power. That's where, if you're losing your power, you take control of your power. That's where self-awareness comes to play. That's where you are aware of yourself, your environment, what you can take and what you can give. And you're able to power from there. So what you said is so profound. However, I want to find out, how did you come to be very aware and understanding of the value of your time? Was there something that happened personally, or was it a conscious decision? At what point, or were you born like this?
I don't know. Maybe I was born like this. I don't know. Well, I guess in life, kind of, there's some things that come to you naturally.
Yeah.
And then there are some other things that you develop.
Yeah.
But over time, I just discovered that there's no limit to what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
If you set your mind that this is what I want to achieve, and you work towards it, you put in the time, you'll be able to do it. So I think the major turning point for me was when I was working in the bank. So I used to work in the bank, and for bankers, you kind of don't have
your time.
The bank defines your time. So the time that you just know that 7:30 you are in the office, that's that time. There's no closing time. You close when you can close.
Yeah.
When you are allowed to close, when you are permitted to close. So I found myself in this circle of working 7:30 to 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays. Trainings were Saturdays. You come in on Sundays just to make sure you clear your table enough so that you're able to attend to customers on a Monday morning. So I was just working.
Yeah.
And I did not have a life outside of that work. When you're in the bank, people come to sell to you in the bank. So you can be behind your counter and you're shopping your clothes, your shoes, your food, your phone, your house rent, you're planning land and everything. You can do everything while you're in the office. You have a fever, you get well, you're sitting down there.
Oh my God.
You don't step out to, let me do a checkup or whatever. No, maybe it has changed now. So apologies. This was like since 2006. So maybe the system has changed now. If it has changed now, great. But that was my experience. And it got to a point that, so I was in the bank for 5 years. And I had a colleague who had been in the bank for 30 years. And it was the same pattern with him. And one day I just looked at him and I told myself, I can't do this for 30 years. I've done this for 5 years. Like, this is not...
It's not it.
This is not it. This cannot be it. I grew up reading a lot of novels and romantic books and all that. So I had a lot of things in my head, like adventures, places to go to, all those pictures that you had in the books and, all that. And I just knew that this was not it for me. So I deliberately, intentionally stepped back and asked myself, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
I knew I did not want to work with the Nigerian government civil service. Apologies to the civil servants. But because I had been in the bank, I needed an organized place that was really structured and all that. I knew I didn't want to move from the bank I was at to another bank.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to work in an international organization because for me, that kind of defined the kind of life I wanted. It kind of gave me an idea of the work-life balance that was there, what I needed and all that. So I started applying for jobs, international organizations, strictly the development space, strictly NGOs. That was all. My background was in accounting. So anything that had to do with accounting, finance, figures, that was what I was applying for. It got to a point that my colleagues would tell me, one day until you go and buy akara and it's your CV, they will use to wrap the akara for you. Because of the number of applications I was sending out. But I focused my applications to a particular set of organizations. And then I guess God on my side, time on my side, chance happened. I got a job. It was a pay cut. Like, it was a pay cut. Like, when you're working in the bank, you have all the benefits and all. It was a pay cut. But this particular organization, they close at 1 p.m. on Fridays.
Okay.
You come to work 8 a.m., 4:30, you're out. Your boss is telling you, what are you still doing in the office? You should go home. You have your whole weekend from Friday 1 p.m. till Monday 8 a.m. You had it to yourself. You could plan your annual leave, for the whole year. You could plan your annual leave from January for the whole year. So you could plan your time. So I took the offer because that was what I wanted. That was how I was able to But it took time, a lot of reading about organizations, looking at their policies, just deciding what do I really want. And then I started working towards.
So from what you said, if I can pick up things from what you said, first, you knew what you did not want.
Yes.
Second, you knew what you wanted. Then you made a conscious decision to say, you know what? I don't want this, and I'm not going to sit and take it. You started acting towards what you wanted. And no matter how long it took, you were persistent in acting towards what you wanted until you got what you wanted. So at the end of the day, nothing is given on a platter of gold.
Sure.
Nothing comes easy. You have to be intentional. You have to be mindful. You have to own yourself. And it all boils down to what we have always been singing, self-awareness. Who are you? What do you want? What are you seeing? She saw herself not wanting to sit down 30 years in the same circle of, running 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or even later. She wanted a life for herself. Now that leads me to the next thing I wanted us to discuss. A lot of people say, I don't have time, right? Especially entrepreneurs now. We have become a slave of our own desire in the sense that we work morning to morning, night. So somebody is working back to back, has no time for themselves, their family, their health, their life, and yet they own a business. How does that even work?
So I think our system and our structure in Nigeria especially, it's not defined. So for many of us say, let me leave the 9 to 5 so that I can start my own business, so that I'll have my own time.
Yes.
And then when you get into it, you realize that there's no time. But the truth of the matter is, because there's no structure and there's no system, if you own a salon, most of the salons that we have around, they're working.
Yeah.
You're just sitting down waiting, people walk in.
Yeah.
So somebody calls you, no appointments, nothing. Somebody calls you, I'm closing at 9 p.m. Will you be there? But you're thinking, okay, I need this money. So you're there at 9 p.m. waiting for one customer to show up at 9 p.m. They have finished doing what they want to do. They finished planning their own time. And then they're now coming to use your time because you don't have a structure.
Yeah.
So you end up overworking yourself, overexerting yourself because you don't have a structure. But my sister goes to this lady that does her eyebrows and lashes. She has an app now.
Wow.
When she started, she did not have that, but she now has an app. You have to book an appointment on the app. You make your payment
on the app.
They will call you and send you a message, confirm the time you're coming. So they'll give you either 30-minute slots or 1-hour slots, and they stick to it. And my sister has had to adjust
to their policy
and to the new structure. So it's still up to you.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, as a mother, as what anything that you're doing in the house, whatever it is that you're doing, it is still your time. It is still your decision to create the structure around your time.
Yeah.
Because it is your time.
Yeah.
If you overwork yourself, so I said time is money, time is health. If you overwork yourself, you think it's just time you're working, but you break down. At the end of the day, you're out for so long, you can't do so much, you can't achieve so much. The money that you're trying to get, you end up spending it in hospitals, or you're stressed out, you're mentally exhausted, and all those things. It's still down to the time that you were trying to use to grab so much.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it takes a toll on you, on your mental health, on your thinking, on your system and all that. So if you set the time with time, people will adjust to it. That's just what I realized.
And then they say how you make your bed is how you lie on it. If you make your time what you need it to be, everybody, just like you said, would adjust to it. And then the fear of, I keep telling people that the fear of losing money, and you will lose it after all, because by the time you have a bad health, like you said, or something, or you're going through a divorce and you have to lose so many things, you would spend that money fixing that. So why not take what you can get, plan yourself out so well, take what you can get and leave the rest. Let go of the rest. All that money you're chasing, when it comes, you would do nothing with it. I agree with you 100%. So how do we help ourselves? A lot of us are in this bandwagon. I for one, let me tell you what's happening with me and my time. So I am a planner. So I plan to the last detail. I write a to-do list. In fact, if you check my book now, you see to-do list. And then I put 7 a.m. as much as drink tea, coffee, or run. So, I write down everything. And then I have come to realize that sometimes I'm faithful for 1 week, and the next week I've forgotten it, and I'm struggling. And you know how funny it is? By the time you don't meet, because I'm trying to build a routine, once you miss the first, the second, the third routine, the rest of the day is gone. And before you know, you're just sitting down looking at yourself, and next thing you put on TV, and the day is gone. So how do you stay on course? How do you help yourself? I know sometimes it might be baby step. How do we do this? How do we help ourselves?
Yeah, so for me, it didn't happen overnight. So as you said, baby steps. But you just have to start from somewhere. So I have key priorities, you understand? So for me, whatever it is that I'm doing or any decision that I'm taking or making, I ask myself, how does it affect my spirituality? How does it affect my income? How does it affect my physical well-being? And how does it affect my relationships? So whatever I decide to do in a day, it must speak or answer positively to these priorities that I have. So I get messages. I'm single, so people believe you're single, so you have the whole time to do everything. But I have gotten to a point that even my friends understand that you can't just send Nanchin a message like, oh, can we hang out here? And she'll just show up. No. So with time, they've come to respect that and everything. So as simple as an appointment to do something, I put it in my calendar on my phone.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so I see a concert. Oh, I want to go to this concert. Is this date? I check the date on my calendar. Oh, it's Saturday. Saturday is free. I put it there. I set a reminder, 1 day reminder and 1 hour reminder the event.
Okay.
So if somebody else comes and says, oh, Saturday we're doing this, can you come? I don't just say yes. I just tell you, let me just check. So I go back on my phone, I check, oh, I have something for this time to this time, so I won't be able to make it. Apologies. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So I do that.
So you have to be very intentional.
You really have to be intentional. Some things will look really interesting or have more priority, but do they answer to how does it build my spirituality, my physical well-being? Does it affect my income or my relationships? If it doesn't fall into any of these categories, I'm not doing it.
That brings me to the next question. How does time mastery and saying no relate?
You have to.
From what you're just saying, I'm just seeing that people's heads checking. No, I'm not doing that. No.
Yeah, so you have to start with a lot of no initially. People don't like you. They say you're antisocial. You're too rigid. You're living a regimented life. Our life is not hard like that. Our life is not deep like that. But life is deep like that. Life is serious like that. So you say a lot of no's. People cut you off from their circle and stuff like that. Nobody's inviting you again, but it's fine. Is it worth it? It is. It is, because at the end of the day, you get to achieve and do what you want to do. And you're able to measure the impact. It's like with money. So I put time and money in the same category. They are both heavy like that. I have a budget for every month. I have a budget for what I'm giving out, contributions or welfare or whatever to other people. Once I hit that limit and a need comes, I just tell you, oh, sorry, I can't do that. Is it okay for you to wait till next month?
Wow.
And then I say no, and then I write it down. Next month, you become priority. So for me, there are no emergencies. An emergency for me is a life and death situation.
I like that.
So even with time, I place that kind of importance on my time. I go for events where I buy tickets and they say it's starting at 1 p.m. Before I leave the house, I tell myself, I'm leaving at 3 p.m. I go, I sit down. I don't complain. I go with a book or something. I'm reading, doing stuff. Once it's 3, even if the event doesn't start, I leave.
Wow.
I just tell myself, okay, that ticket is gone.
It's gone.
But next time, trust me, I'm not going for that event.
Yeah.
I won't be there because as far as I'm concerned, you don't respect my time. If you respected my time and you said something is starting at 1 p.m., you should start at 1 p.m. If you will not start at 1, the least you can do is come out and give an apology.
Wow.
But you go to some place and they're just arranging the tables and they just don't care. And then sometimes they're waiting for this big guest to come.
Yeah.
So it means you don't place importance on me. So even if I'm there or not, it's not that important. So next time it means I don't have to come.
Like that.
So it's fine. I don't take offense or anything because I just have that time and everything. So I leave happy.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, I'm not grumbling because I probably had a book that I was reading. But because I gave you 1 to 3 p.m., I've done my part and I go and we're fine.
You know how it keeps coming down to self-awareness. Like I always say, please, if you do not listen, if you don't hear anything we have said today, just hear that you need to know thyself. Man, know thyself. Man, your happiness, your joy, your growth, your everything in life is connected to being aware of who you are. Because she would not know that she can stand up and walk away from a 3 p.m. meeting if she's trying to look at the person that she came for the event and ask for mercy from them or expect permission from them to leave. You have to be self-aware and you have to be content in yourself and in your personality and in your time and in who you are as a person for you to get to this level. I think that's the first place to begin. And then, Nanchi, it has been incredible listening to you. I just knew I brought the right person for this topic because like I said to you when I was starting, I said, Nanchin Mohammed is the most intentional person that I know. And if you listen to her, something you said struck me about money. You said you budget what you give out, right? You budget to the last time. I'm a budgeter, but I'm a free giver. So most of the time I overgive and burn myself out. And at the end of the day, I'm shortchanging myself because I've given everybody. And the giving was supposed to make me happy. Now it has made me sad because I have overgiven and my core responsibilities are looking at me in the face. And then I have just given away everything.
So I think most of my experience too was from the bank. So by the time I left the bank, I had a car loan. I had, so many things. And I was like, you're a banker for 5 years. I didn't have 1 naira savings. I had not traveled. I had not done anything because I was giving. I was happy. I love to give,
we always find fulfillment.
Joy,
I like to give. I'm a giver.
But even with that, you just have to manage everything.
Thank you so much, Nanchin. It's been insightful sitting with you. Please talk to the audience. They say something, a lot of people are struggling with their time. A lot of people don't even know where to begin. And they want to get it right. Everybody wants to wake up in the morning, achieve the end, everything they have planned for the day, and at the end of the day, say, yes, I have done well. But a lot of people can't, so help us out.
So I don't have the answers. Different things work for different people.
Yeah.
But I think the core for me, it kind of starts from my spirituality.
Yeah.
So just understanding that I don't have control over the next second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have control over the next minute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have control over time. For me, God has control over time. So whatever plans that I have for the day, I start it with acknowledging that fact that whatever it is that I have to do for the day, God, this is it. I thank you for the time you've given me. I thank you because I'm using it well and everything. So having that core value for me, it has worked for me. So the things that don't work out, I just give thanks.
Yeah.
Because that's just it. At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, maybe this was not supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen. But also being intentional. So it's starting with the little things. You really need to step back, as we started from the beginning. You need to step back, retreat, shut out the noise, shut out the voices, shut out the demands, shut out the world, shut out what the world is saying is important.
Mm-hmm.
To you, what is important? You have to determine what your priorities are. What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to see your family? How do you want to see your life?
Yeah.
It could start with little things as arranging your wardrobe for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Women, we can spend an hour choosing a dress
I agree.
to wear. So what I do, I tell myself this week I'm wearing gowns. Next week I'm wearing skirts. The week after I'm wearing trousers. The week after that I'm wearing jeans and t-shirts. That has already taken off pressure from my head. By the time I finish that, that's 4 weeks already. Then we start again. That's a new month. So on Sunday, I bring out 5 gowns, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So in the morning, I'm not thinking, what am I wearing? I'm trying 3 different outfits. No, that's been taken care of already, because I know that week is gowns. Something may come up to change that plan, but it may just be one day.
Yeah. And a tweak.
Yeah. So you've already given yourself extra time to do other things just by deciding what you're going to wear.
Yeah.
You look at your calendar for the week. What are the things that you need to do? What are the relationships that you need to keep?
Yeah.
And you prioritize those things. What are the things that you plan to do for the day? It may not be per second, per minute, but they may be just 2-3 important things. So start with, just those 2-3 important things. And then if you have extra time, you can add other things to do. So instead of just having this to-do list that, it's just full, you may decide to have just 3 major things. Like if I do these 3 things today, I'll be accomplished.
Yeah.
So you do those things, and then any other extra thing, you can now just add it if it comes along. So it takes time. It takes a lot of saying no.
Yeah.
Saying no, I can't do this. You respect my time. I don't look at my phones like in the morning, a call. Some people, when you're bathing and the phone starts ringing, you run out.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone. Or somebody will be chasing your phone is ringing. No, it's my phone.
I'm in control.
It's my number.
Like
it's my line.
Yeah.
So I look at my phone messages, I see, okay, this is not, I don't respond, because some people, once you initiate or you respond, the conversation doesn't end. So I don't respond. I don't do TV.
Yeah.
There's a TV in my house, but there's no cable. There's no NTA. There's nothing. WhatsApp, you get news updates and stuff like that. So I just look at the updates and see, okay, what's important, and that. I'm not sitting in front of the TV or, stuff.
Yeah.
My car doesn't even have a radio.
Wow.
It's that bad. So if I want to listen to a song, I go to YouTube, select the song, or I like a particular song, I download it, and I listen to it when I'm driving to the office.
Yeah.
It just gives me that calmness and focus. So even if it's traffic or whatever, I don't think that I'm wasting time in traffic.
Because I'm
gaining something, and it's intentional. I'm not just listening to random radio
I just do that. I do that as well with Jim Rohn, because I love to listen to Jim Rohn. So when I enter the car, I just select one of the messages of Jim Rohn, and I just play it. And no matter how far I'm going, I just listen through and get it. At least I know I'm gaining something. I'm not just listening.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. And also, what you said is very profound for me, because I felt like it is important that we plan ourselves. For me, I just come out in the day, early in the morning, and I plan, okay, I have so many things that I'm doing. I give 2 tasks on this, 2 tasks on this, 2 tasks on this, and I know I've covered everything for the day. And this one is not suffering, this one is not suffering. I just balance it out. Wow, it has been incredible. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming on Minding Your Tomorrow. And we hope to have you again.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you, guys. It has been so awesome listening to Nanchi Mohammed and hearing how we can navigate our time. It is still Minding Your Tomorrow, and if you're just joining us for the first time, this is our channel. You can hit the subscribe button and like and follow us. My name is Chioma Ezani. I am a filmmaker and a life coach, bringing to you Minding Your Tomorrow. Safe. Peace out.